taking.
Think about that now. I've just been listening to, I'm back into podcasts again. I've just been listening to Live Well, Feel Better, Live More. I've just been listening to Live Better, Live, whatever. But it was the episode with Greg McKeown. I wrote about burnout this week on Substack, and I mentioned Greg McKeown's book Essentialism, which you will have heard me talk about before. Like, it was a real game changer for me. And in terms of overexhaustion, if you're experiencing burnout, overwhelm, it's not like the obvious one to go for, but it's incredible. It takes a very business approach to minimalism and simplification and learning how to prioritize your life. And he's got a new book out, which I didn't know until I listened to the podcast, called Effortless. So that is going to be my next read, and I'll leave a link to that podcast episode that I've just been listening to in the comments, in the description, because I think you will really, really like it. And apparently we're all feeling like really overexhausted and burnt out as well. I have been feeling definitely close to the edge, which is what I wrote about this week. So I'll leave a link to that for you as well. If you do have any podcast recommendations, please leave them in the comments, because I'm getting back into podcasts again, whereas for a long time all I wanted to listen to was music. So share your favourites that you think I might enjoy, or the people who watch the channel might enjoy, and yeah, then we can have a nice little directory. Because I don't really know, like, it's been a long time since I listened to podcasts, so I'm not really sure where to go. So any tips are welcome. I had a really, really exciting appointment the other day with a visa advisor. So my visa appointment is this week now, and I cannot tell you how stressed I've been about it, how nervous I've been, how frightened of rejection I've been, and like how much stuff I have had to do to try and make sure everything is in order, because I really want it to go through the first time. And I'm not good with admin, I'm not good with paperwork, my brain just doesn't work with anything like that. I really, really struggle, so I've been really, really worried about it. But I had an appointment with a visa advisor who was recommended to me via Instagram, and I felt so confident after. She seems to think that everything should be absolutely fine, that the 1 year one should be no problem, and then if I do want to stay longer in France, I can renew it, and I can renew it from France. And it's just made me feel so excited about life. Like, it's lifted all that anxiety, and I just feel really full of hope and excitement, and I literally can't wait now to go back, get it all sorted, and then come back here. But for this week's vlog, I thought I would give you a little tour of the apartment where I am staying for now. I keep referring to it as the shoebox because it is so tiny. It's a little bit like living in a hotel room, but as I've said before, it's really hard to find a place to live in Paris, and I don't want to live outside of Paris. Location's really important to me, so you have to compromise, right? So I've had to compromise on size, but it has lots and lots of perks. I love it. I feel really, really settled here. I can't wait to bring Hope here as soon as possible. Like, when I go back, I'm not coming back to Paris without her. And I think I feel like all my experimentation, my love of minimalism and decluttering and organising has been leading up to this very moment when I moved into literally a very tiny apartment. The one that I showed you before when I first got back here in April, that was small. This, you'll see, this is tiny. Very quickly, I'm going to show you what I'm wearing. The great news is I have quite a nice big full-length mirror in this place, which is great. I've got shoes on, which I have adopted like a no shoe rule, with it being super tiny studio, just try and keep it as clean as possible. But I want to show you the full thing that I'm wearing. So I've got my silk camion, which is from Equipment. Been wearing this a lot, especially seeing as the weather's got really warm. Just so easy and simple to wear in summer. And then I've tucked it into it's like a satiny material leopard print skirt, which is from Olive Clothing. And then shoes wise, I've got Vivaya flats on. Very simple. That's what we're going with today. Okay, I'm going to try and show you from the furthest away angle so you can get a good idea of the space. So this is it when you walk in. This is the angle from the bathroom. So you've got a double bed and then a really cute little bench at the side with my journal on, tarot cards, perfume, little bits and bobs, and a really cute little lamp on there, which gives a really nice, soft, gentle light at night. I also have a ivy plant, which I have inherited and promised to take care of, as well as a few other plants, very much thanks to Catherine, who watches the vlogs and got in touch to say she was going back to Australia, did I want her plants? So obviously I said yes, went to collect them, and I think they make a really nice addition to the space. Underneath the bench I've got loads of books, but they're all in French, but that's okay. That's very helpful with my my French learning that I'm trying to do. Also, speaking of books, I found this in the Jardin de Luxembourg the other day. It was literally just on an empty chair, and it looks really interesting, or all about stereotypical success and how that's not what we think. So I felt like it was one that the universe had sent me, so this is another next read. Dining room area wise, it's a table in the corner, but it's next to a beautiful window which faces south and has the most gorgeous tiny balcony with the most incredible view of the Pantheon and beautiful Parisian houseman buildings. The table's really cute. It's just a white wooden one, and then there are wooden white chairs there as well. So this is where I'll sit and have dinner if I do actually cook. This is where I'll sit and eat meals. It's where I sit and write or do editing, or any kind of work really. The vase is empty right now because I'm going home tomorrow for visa stuff, but normally that's always full of fresh flowers and will be when I get back. It's also where my beloved piece of art lives. This is mine. This is the nude that I bought from the Rodin Museum when I was here in February. Haven't found a frame for it yet, but feels like quite a nice place to put it. And in the afternoon, the light hits it just right. It looks so beautiful. The kitchen, like the rest of the place, is very, very tiny, very compact, but the floor, the full height cupboards really help with storage space. And I find that I'm not a big cook, so I find that I've got more than enough space to manage. And then right next to the kitchen, you've got the floor to ceiling wardrobes, which are amazing, and this is basically all the storage in the space. So clothes live in here, camera stuff, books are in there, like all loads of just anything basically that you want to put. It's really good. It's got shelves and space for shoes, clothes, all that kind of thing. And I think the mirrors it's a triple mirror wardrobe, which is really great because it just reflects all the light coming through from the balcony window and makes the place feel like twice as big. The wardrobes are also where like all my hairstyling tools live. This week's vlog is sponsored by Zovi, who have sent me a hairdryer. It's one of those very, very fancy, top-end kind of hairdryers, but I have to say, I'm very, very impressed with it. I got my hair done when I went home a couple of weeks ago, because I have hair extensions in case anyone didn't know. If you remember when I got them in, I said, I'm just going to have them in for a few months and hopefully the rest of my hair will grow and then I'll have them out. Yeah, it's not happening. I think I'm a little bit addicted to them. When my mental health was really bad, a lot of my hair fell out, which is why I have extensions in now. So protecting my hair and keeping it in the best condition possible is something that's really important to me. This is very good for that. And I've had friends come and stay this last month who have also used it and been incredibly impressed. It has 4 settings. It has care, fast, soft and style. I like the care one and the soft one, so I like to take it quite easy. You can't change the temperature on it. It's super simple. It just has those 4 settings on and off. It also has a little styling thing with it, which I don't use. I just use the main one. So the Zovi hairdryer is different because it uses patented light care technology to dry your hair. It protects hair moisture and there's a lot less breakage. It's really good for thinning hair like mine as well, and I have most definitely noticed the difference. My hair doesn't feel anywhere near as fried as it used to when I used my previous heat hairdryer. But yeah, I've been really impressed with it, and I think if you're into really fancy hairdryers, or if you're into keeping your hair in really good condition and not cremating it with heat, this is definitely something that you may well be interested in. So if you want to find out more, I'll leave a link to the Zovi hairdryer in the description and you can take a look. The shower room is behind a really beautiful little wooden screen door. It's tiny, but it's surprisingly bright because it has a skylight in it, and there's a teeny tiny, very typically French shower in there, but it's got really pretty pink tiles, and I've hung some eucalyptus up in there as well, which just is my best tip to make any shower feel like a spa. Like with all the steam, the smell is just incredible, and it lasts like 2 to 3 weeks as well. Mine started to dry out a little bit. And it's got a really nice pot sink in there and a couple of shelves, so I've got space for storage. outside is actually really nice and spacious. It's got the most beautiful terracotta tiles on the floor. There is an elevator, which is a real privilege. I'm very, very grateful for that. The bins live out here. There's loads of light that comes into this space, which is really, really beautiful. And very strangely, but not so much in Paris, the toilet is outside here as well, but it is private. It's just mine, which again is a luxury for living on the 6th floor. And the last little trick that this place has got is that the bed does fold away into, it's like a little sofa bed. It's actually really, really comfy though, but it does fold away, so it makes a sofa in daytime if I want a little bit more space. Hopefully you've enjoyed the very, very quick tour of my very, very tiny Parisian studio apartment. Starting over is tough, and that's where I feel like I am. I'm in my 30s, but I literally feel like I'm starting over again. And I know a lot of people think I'm absolutely nuts, and sometimes I think I'm completely nuts for leaving the English countryside, which is so, so beautiful. But as I've said before, and I will say again, living in the countryside as a couple is great. Or, you know, as a family, I imagine, if you've got kids, it's wonderful. And I'm by no means ruling that out again in the future. Maybe the French countryside. Maybe I'll get like a French chateau and renovate it. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, living in the countryside in a couple is very different to living in the countryside single. And I don't want to spend my 30s hiding away in the middle of nowhere. I want to do all those things that I wish I'd done in my 20s. I want to be around life, but I also want to be somewhere very, very beautiful. And Paris gives me all of that, but starting over is very tough. I've played it very, very safe in terms of the first place that I've got. I am attached to it. I think there'll always be some nostalgia attached to this little place. Ideally, as I said, I would like something a little bit bigger, like with a bed and a sofa would be really, really nice. But I love it. It's got great bones. I'm a sucker for period features, a Parisian balcony, a view like that. It's clean, white walls, wood floors. Like, I'm happy. I really, really love this little place, and it's in one of the most beautiful parts of Paris as well. The Jardin de Luxembourg is literally like 10 minutes straight down the road, and I'm out walking a lot of the day, so I've got a tiny little space, but then I feel like I've got Paris at my feet to go out and explore whenever. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed seeing it, and I've shown you as much of it as I can. I've tried to I thought this is going to take me like 10 seconds to show you this place, but it has got really cute details, and I don't know, these tiny spaces in Paris, they really make me think about how we overestimate how much space we actually need. I know that when I revisit my cottage like I did a few weeks ago, it's like, why have I got all this space? What am I supposed to do with all of this? It's pushing me. It's pushing me. And the starting over thing, yes, it's tough, but it feels really, really exciting, and I'm happy to make the sacrifices and kind of start with, you know, a really cute tiny little place, and then I don't know, we'll see. But I feel really lucky to have it. Finding a place in Paris is so difficult. You can never get everything. You have to kind of choose your priorities and then just accept what comes your way. So this is it. This is me, and very soon hope for now.